Hello and welcome, my gung-ho land fishermen. How you doing in this wonderful day? It's Chris here. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be trying to get a quick Chimps win for you guys on Tree Stump. I would assume that most of you guys probably don't need a guide video on this, but this is for anybody that does need a guide. We're going to do a sort of guide podcast mixture. If you guys haven't been into this, highly recommend you check out my previous videos. They're designed to just listen to if you want to, but also for some eye candy if you're into that kind of stuff. One thing we're going to do here is we're going to pop a quick tack shooter in here. We're going to kind of get you guys all set up here, right? We're going to do a quick tack shooter right there. We're going to go for a quick boomerang right above him, just to the left here. Space is kind of important, so try to get these guys tight in here if you can. And then kind of just watch the game play itself for a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a quick crossbow dart monkey, so we got that camo detection and all that stuff. And we're going to go for a Dora. So, you can go pretty much any hero you want, but I like Adora a lot. I think she's a very powerful hero. I think the experience is a little bit tough to get in here because it's Chimps mode, but I still find her just unique and fun to use, so we're going to go for her anyways, right? But topics that I usually talk about in these videos are things like, I've talked about stars, viruses, the coronavirus, building computers, kind of like how to become a YouTuber. Talked a little bit about my life in high school, which I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about today. Last time, though, what I talked about in my life in high school was kind of how I was nerdy and sort of a loner and sort of like, you know, a sort of a weird kid, I guess. I don't know. In high school, I did not think I was popular at all. And in fact, I thought that I was so unpopular that, like, in the back of my brain, I think I sort of like formed this ideology in the back of my brain that I am just nerdy and weird and nobody can like me. It took a long time after high school to sort of like wear that off. And I still have a lot of it. You know, I still feel like I'm like unlikable. Like people can't possibly like me, but people do, I guess. You know, it's weird for me. It's hard, you know, that you guys are here and all that stuff. But it's true. So we're going to go for a quick crossbow. We're gonna go quick shots on top of that. We're gonna put this guy on last, and that's gonna keep our camo detection in here, but also get a lot of grouped damage popping power as well. Soon we're going to work into a boomerang here. We're going to go for a middle path Bionic Boomer. This guy's right here. And we're going to eventually get a 5th tier on this guy as well, but not yet. Not yet, obviously. Here's the Bionic Boomer. Weirdly enough, now you can decide for yourself whether you want to go for a improved rangs or a red hot rangs. Either way, they're both options for you. Today we're going to go for the glaives, though. This is a nice group popping power tower. It doesn't have any lead popping power, though, so that's something you definitely have to keep in mind here. No lead popping power. That also means if you don't get that middle path village, that's no DDT popping power either. Alright, I want you guys to keep that in mind because it's going to play into our game a little bit later on. For example, you can build a village right here and get this guy up to a middle path village, but again, you're spending like $10,000 in addition to all this, so just keep that in mind. Next thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to get a quick village kind of in the middle of the map here. You want to try and get as many towers in here as you can. So we're going to try and put this guy, like, right there. Get a bigger radius on this guy. Check this out. She is in range of the village, believe it or frickin' not, man. Look at that. It's delicious. If you don't get her in range, you can do this little trick, all right? You don't want to do it right now, but you want to put a village in range of a village. Just like that. That'll give you a 10% boost range on your village to get a door to be in range of that as well. But the reason why I want that to happen is because we want to get some camo detection over here. This is our radar scanner. Now, for the rest of the game, every single one of our towers in this range right here are going to be camo detection available. It's wonderful, all right? Next thing on the agenda is we want to get a tack sprayer and an overdrive going. Overdrive with faster shooting. We're going to go for a 5th tier tack zone for later on. It's going to be awesome. Trust me, man. It's going to be awesome. But today I wanted to continue on with my my life in high school a little bit. I was telling you guys, like, I'm a pretty big loser and all that stuff. And I talked about my lunch stuff. And one thing that I sort of forgot about, that I think I forgot about at least, was a story about I sat down at lunch alone. And one nice thing that people did to me was I actually had a group of what I think was seniors come up to me and ask me if I would like to sit with them.
Now, your first thought process is, oh, wow, how nice of them. That must be the nicest thing that anybody ever did with you. How nice were they when you finally sat down with them? And my answer is, I never did because I thought they were messing with me. Now, this is just, again, just the aura of my thought process here. I thought that people can't possibly be nice to me. Random people can't possibly be nice to me. What could these older kids want to do with somebody like me besides make fun of me? Or something of that nature. So I declined. I said, no thank you. I don't want to sit with you because I think you're going to make fun of me. I didn't say that, but I just said, no, I don't want to sit with you. Thank you, though, or whatever. I don't remember exactly what I said, but something along those lines. So watch this, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to go for a quick, you can decide. You can either go for Attack Zone or Crossbow Master, kind of whatever you're feeling at that point. But one thing you definitely got to get is the primary training over here. This is going to increase all of your stuff so much more. It's going to make everything that much more awesome. And right now is the time you need to get it because you're making the most money. 48, 49, 50, all the way up to 60 is like mad delicious. Uber munch money. All right, we're munching it up. It's ridiculously awesome. And you're going to see how awesome it's going to be in just a second. Watch it just skyrocket over here. But yeah, I declined them. I said no thank you because I thought they were making fun of me. I thought they were just joking around. I didn't know that people were actually being nice. And that's just like, again, just the mentality of my thought process of just like being such a loser that people can't even be nice to you. You know, it's so bad. It's so sad. You know, it makes me wonder, like, well, how would I be different as a person if I just, butterfly effect, just said yes to them? If, you know, I made new friends, got more confident, did different things, like, what could have happened? You don't know. You just don't know. It's what's so crazy about it. But anyways, so that's something that I just wanted to tell you guys about because I felt bad for forgetting about that. Not everything was necessarily 100% bad. Some people were nice to me and stuff like that, but I did have a lot of bad things happen to me. And like I was telling you guys, you might be thinking that, like, oh, you know, in my community section on my main channel, I even asked the question, like, how much do you guys get bullied? Do you guys get bullied a lot? And the reason why I asked that question was because I was bullied a lot. And I'm wondering if other people are having the same experiences that I had. So here we go, guys. We're just about there. We're going to go for this Crossbow Master. It's time to go for the Crossbow Master instead of the Attack Zone. Check this thing out, though. Woo! That is nice. That is real nice right there. He's got a lot of range. He's got a couple things he can't see, but overall he's got a lot of range, exactly the area we want to see, you know? He's even got this tight little area right here that, like, if there's a Moab or a BFB over here, he could just still shoot it and hit it over here. But generally, this is good. This is real good. But the Attack Zone is going to be our next tower. We're going to see how this guy's going to be even better, man. Watch him go. So, I'll just tell you guys a couple things that happened to me. And keep in mind, you know, I just give you guys like a background a little bit. Again, I'm very small at this point in my life. As a freshman, I was about 5 feet tall, maybe a little shorter. I was still sopping wet, like 70 pounds or something like that. I was a very small kid. You know, you look at my arms with freaking toothpicks and stuff like that. I was also a little bit athletic, though. I should mention that. For being so small, I was athletic because I could run fast, I could catch balls, I could do things like that. So, like, I'm not a terrible person overall. Like, I still have some abilities to do other things, I guess. I don't know. That's where I felt most proud of myself. Gym class and or playing sports with my friends and things like that. That's what made me feel like a good person or feel normal. You know, if there ever was a time that I felt very normal. Anyways, I started growing about that point, though. So at this point in my life, I'm about 6 feet. I'm actually about 170 pounds or so. I don't know, maybe 180 pounds. I don't know, a little chunky these days. Yeah, maybe. Cough, 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 cough. Back then, yeah, I started growing, and I was growing real fast. I was growing like 2 or 3 inches a year. You know, I think by the end of high school, I was like 5'9", 5'10", maybe, like almost the height I was gonna be. I started like fill out a little bit, like, you know, hit puberty things happened. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? But I'm saying but a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to remember some of these things, and I'm trying to be accurate with what I'm saying, too. So, like, getting... How do I go with this? It was kind of easy to get bullied because I was so small, though. And I think that's one of the reasons why I did get bullied. It's because people didn't think that I was going to fight back, or people didn't think that I was going to push back, or people didn't think that I was going to argue back or talk back or anything like that. And guess what? The truth of it is I didn't. I'll give you guys a couple of examples of bad things that happened to me where it made me feel like a total piece of crap. One thing that happened to me was I ended up, there's like these little stairs walking down into the south building of the high school that I went to. And, you know, I'm a fast walker. I was walked to class really, really fast. Not like super speedy, like get out of my way fast, but like, you know, if I could ever get in front of people, I would get in front of people and stuff like that. So I'm walking, and I'm just sort of like getting through here. And right at the bottom of the stairs, I'm carrying my books in my hand. So I always carried my books, you know, on my side usually. That's how I carried them. But sometimes I carried them like, you know, in front of me and stuff like that. I didn't usually do a backpack though. That wasn't really my style. Anyways, somebody stuck their foot out and they tripped me. So here we go, guys. Let's get this tack zone going. Somebody stuck their foot out and they tripped me right at the bottom of the stairs. And no, it was not an accident. It was a very purposeful trip because they had like 4 or 5 people just standing there watching this one guy trip me. Now, I don't know if this was a common thing where they tripped a bunch of different people walking down there, or they tripped just the nerdy-looking freshman, or what it was. But it was like my first or second weekend as a freshman in high school. I'm already getting tripped, and then I just look up and I look at them, and they're all laughing at me. Not only are the kids who tripped me laughing at me, but there's a lot of other people laughing at me too. Now, it's so sad because when I tripped, I put my hands out and I like caught myself, but I hurt my wrist in the process because I had a bunch of books in there. So what do? I just get up, I pick up my books real fast, and I just sort of walk away as fast as I can. Just put a real damper on my spirit that day. I can tell you that much. Made me feel like a really bad person. I don't know. It's, you know, I hope that person, whoever they are, they probably don't think about this, but I can tell you that I think about that moment a lot, and it sucks. So, whatever. Crap happens. Most of you guys watching probably aren't bullies or anything like that, but if you do bully people, keep in mind like how it makes you feel, not just at that moment, not just for like a day or a week or a month, but like I remember this moment from so many years back, and it still makes me feel like a total piece of crap sometimes, you know? It just sucked. Anyways, moving on. So, one other thing that happened was actually quite similar. So I was very unorganized as a high schooler. All right, one thing that I did was I put all of my papers in my folder, but I didn't put them in the folds of the folder. I just put it in the folder and I made it a paper sandwich. All my papers that I used for the past couple days would be right on top, but anything that I would need from a week ago or a month ago would still be in there because it'd be just a giant paper sandwich. Be all in the back there. I didn't lose anything because it always just was in the folder. All right, no matter what, it's in the folder. All my papers have to be in the folder. They can't not be in the freaking folder. Right? Well, I don't need to talk about losing things and stuff like that, but one of my worst moments was walking through the central building into the north building, and I don't really know what was going on, but one random kid just sort of walked by and knocked my books out of my hand. Now this is called book checking, if you guys don't know. Hopefully you guys have never experienced book checking, but sometimes your best friend might do your book checking, and then you guys laugh together or something like that. But having a random person book check you right in the central hallway, which is where literally hundreds of people are walking at that exact moment, right in the middle of all of that, and people are trying to get to class on time and all this stuff, it can get a little wonky. So here we go. We're going to go turbocharge on this guy. We're also going to do, turbocharge and permacharge. There we go. We got the permacharge going. Now what I'm going to do is do something a little wonky here. I was telling you guys a little earlier that we might end up going for that 3rd tier village here. You can go for this if you want. I think it's best to go for it, to be honest. even though we're doing a lot of overlap here, it just confirms the fact that we're going to win. Instead of having to go for an Archmage or another random Super Monkey or something like that, it just confirms the fact that we're going to win with our current towers here. So it's going to give our Permacharge that lead popping power. Alright, I know it doesn't seem like much, but you can decide if you want to right now go to Permacharge with a bottom path. You don't need to do this at all. But now we've got this third tier village in range, got that good lead pop power out of these guys. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. Yes, 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 yes. Feeling pretty good. The last thing you can do is if you want to, you can start buying another random primary tower. So you probably want to buy... Oh, does it not fit? Oh, does it not fit? Oh, there it does. It does fit. I think. Is that on the grass? Where is that? You know what? He fits right here. That's good enough for me. All right, let's do that. We're going to go for a bottom path cryo cannon with enhanced freeze and deep freeze. I'm going to upgrade this guy pretty fast. Don't forget, you got a lot of abilities here, by the way. You've got 1, 3, and 4. This one, probably don't want to use. Obviously, that's the Dora's sacrifice ability. If you want to level up a little bit, feel free. But at this point, I would say you probably shouldn't. Throwing it out there. So here we go. Round 95, by the way. We're going to use our Permacharge ability really quick. That should clean a lot of these guys up. Delicious. Orgasmically delicious right there. Trix Bunny would be very happy with that. You can use a quick ability on these guys. Round 96. Just sort of like space them out a little bit. Use one ability here, one ability there. You don't have to use them all at the same time unless you absolutely need to, right? But I like to keep my hands on the hotkeys because I play on a computer. Playing on mobile, just be ready for it. But, yeah, just space them out a little bit if at all possible. It's going to help you out a lot. Here we go. Another one of these abilities. They all don't blow their load. You don't blow your entire load all at the same time, you know? There we go. Adora's ability getting used right there, and we're going to clean these last few guys up at the very end. Perfect. Round 98, the biggest Bloon level in the game. We're going to go for a quick Permacharge here. Going to get these guys started up in here. We're going to switch into an Adora ability here. And an Adora ability here. That's going to clean up all them Bloons for round 98. And then finishing them off, round 99, we're going to go for another Permacharge here on these crazy DDTs. Bam, Shazam. We get our quick Icicle Impale here to finish off the round that I didn't need the Icicle Impale on. It's the best way to put it. The round that we didn't need the Icicle Impale. You can use Adora's ability here, and I feel like she's not getting as many pops as she used to. I think they definitely nerfed her here, man. Alright, slow him down with that Icicle Impale. Oh, worst timing of all time. Alright. Use our ability. Let's use Adora's ability. Get all our guys to clean them up here. Permacharge, cleaning them all up, and we get it done. Insta monkey. But anyways, to finish my story really quick, while we randomly play a free play round here, I got book checked in the middle of the central hallway, and my papers just went down all over the place. I never told my friends or anything like that. I was embarrassed, obviously, at the time, and that just sort of doesn't come up anymore. But I got book checked by a random person again, not by a friend, and my papers went all over the place, like all over the floor. So it really sucked because I tried to pick them up as fast as I possibly could and shove them in my folder and like kind of get on my merry way, basically. But that's not easy to do. And when people are walking all around you and like it's flooded, the hallway's flooded with people, it sucks. So my papers got all disorganized, you know, the newest on the top, the oldest on the bottom. They all disorganized, discombobulated, and I'm pretty sure that I lost my homework or lost at least a couple papers that I needed to have to be successful as a student because of that random book checking, and it really freaking sucked. And it's hard to explain to your teacher, I got book checked in the hallway. Yeah, right, all right, sure. And that's how you lost all your papers? Yeah, all right. So I just took it, man. Just said, yeah, whatever. I'll take my 0. You know? That was just 2 examples of things that happened to me. One other example, really quickly before I finish this off, is I got slapped. So I was walking down the hallway. I was actually late for lunch. I forgot my lunch in my locker for some reason, and I asked the teacher, can I go to get my lunch? And they're like, sure. Actually, no, the teacher wasn't there. That's what it was. The teacher wasn't there yet. It was like right at the end of where the time period like would change. And as I was walking through, this random kid I can still remember his face. This random kid slapped me in the face as he walked by, kind of like ran by. And I was so confused because my first thought was, what, did you think I was your friend? Like, you know, like that, I could see that happening. Somebody might slap their friend or something like that. And he just looks at me and he's like, what are you going to do about it? And again, I'm a small kid at this point, and he's like older than me, and I'm just like, I just looked really confused. I was like, I don't know what's going on, man. And he just sort of like danced/pranced away after I didn't do anything and just turned around and walked away. And I was really confused for a really long time. But I think he just like wanted to fight me. I don't know what else it could be. I don't know. It was just so confusing to me. But I did. I got randomly slapped in the face by a random kid that I never saw before. And here's the kicker, though. All right. Now, I don't mean to make offense to anybody in a certain job, but I don't know why, but this just made me happy that a couple years later, when I was like a junior or a senior, I saw the same kid, but he was the janitor at the school. And to me, that was like a good example of karma, I guess, of that. You know, this guy, you know, and again, I don't mean to make fun of janitors or anything like that, but just like back in my high school mind, it was like this guy slapped me in the face, and now he's just the guy who has to clean up all the crap that happens in the school, and he probably doesn't get paid all that much. It made me feel good. I don't know why. I probably should have reported him or something like that. Been like, yeah, this guy slapped me back in the day. You know, but it was so weird because I remember seeing it and I remember looking at him and be like, I know that guy. Where do I know him from? Like, I know him. Oh my God, that was the guy that slapped me. Yeah. You know, it's so weird that you can remember people like that, but that's how it worked, man. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed my video, make sure you press that like button for me. Subscribe if you want to. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.